Have you struggled like me with a dry and flaky scalp, or even maybe a little bit of dandruff? This is the video for you. Today I will have 5 steps that might help you figure out why your scalp is so itchy, and even little tips and tricks to reduce the flakiness. I have tried these myself and they have worked for me, so hopefully they work with you. Hi guys, my name is Christy and I am a licensed cosmetologist. I will be sharing you guys my knowledge and what I use for clients, or what I did for myself, to help combat those itchy and flaky dry scalps that a lot of people struggle with, including myself. Step 1, make sure you determine if you have a dry scalp or if you have dandruff. These two might seem like the same thing for someone who doesn't really know what either of them truly are. It's just little white things in your head that you feel like have been bothering you, because same, I used to be so confused until I went to school and learned what dandruff actually is and what a dry scalp actually is. Think of dry scalp as small itty bitty little flakes on your scalp. These are typically caused by dryness, how you would if you were to get like chapped lips or chapped skin. It gets kind of like chapped and flaky, right? Now, dandruff is another type of condition that's fungal based. So this one is more of like a thicky, pasty kind of flakes on your scalp. So once you can tell which one you have, you go completely different ways. So if you have more of a dry scalp, these next steps will be the cure for you. If you have more of dandruff, if it's heavily inflamed or just like really irritating, you might need some more medical grade shampoos and conditioners. You just might need to seek a little bit more of medical attention if you do have dandruff. So these next few steps will be if you have determined that you have more of a flaky scalp, because I have struggled with that as well, and I have also struggled with like an oily scalp. These have all helped me throughout the way. So going on to step 2, let's take a look at your shampoo and conditioners and what products you're using. So what I like to incorporate into my routine is a clarifying shampoo. Clarifying shampoo can be used, let's say like 2 times a month to start off, or maybe even once a month, depending on how dry your scalp actually is. And then from there, you can start going a little more to once a week. So what a clarifying shampoo does is it removes literally everything. It makes your scalp super squeaky clean. So what it does is it removes all the buildup, all the oils, any product that you have used throughout the week or throughout the last time you washed your hair. For example, it can have a residue of like gels or styling creams or hairspray, anything that you've used, that will remove it all. The reason why I recommend that you start with maybe like 2 times a week is because sometimes you can get a little bit too dry with it because of how stripping it is on your hair. Immediately, you can already probably notice a difference when you start clarifying your hair, because once you do that, I like to think of it as like an exfoliator for your skin. It really just helps remove all of the things underneath what we see. If you have ever tried a detoxifying shampoo too, that can also work, or like a detoxifying mask, but that I recommend only using maybe like once a month when you're starting off, and never combine the two, because that's just like over stripping your hair. On to the next step, step 3, moisturize your scalp. Your skin on your head is exactly like the skin everywhere else, so make sure you're moisturizing your scalp as well. What I mean by this is I typically have some oils or something that I'm using. I like Design Essentials for oils, hair oils. I know Biolage also has some good ones, and it's all really good ingredients in there. Like Design Essentials has like a rosemary one, Biolage has like a salicylic acid one, and they all come with like different things. I recommend trying to figure out what your skin is lacking. So salicylic acid is really good at exfoliating and reducing inflammation, which can be caused sometimes in your hair follicles. So make sure you're kind of seeing them accordingly. There's a few that have like vitamin E as well. Design Essentials has really good ones, and the way I get those is through Sally's Beauty. It's open to the public, not just someone with a license. I know Sephora might have a few, or like even Ulta. I'm not sure what brands exactly carry them, but the ones I like are from Design Essentials and Biolage. Step number 4 is water temperature. You want to make sure you're using a really good water temperature, not too hot, but also not too cold. I know there's been some misconception of like rinsing your hair with cold water. So what that does in like a scientific term is the cold water really shuts that cuticle. When I would recommend using a cold water, if you're using a mask, rinse it with cold, so that way it shuts all those nutrients inside. Other otherwise, I don't really think you need to like wash your hair with cold water, especially since you're not just washing your hair. I would gravitate more towards a room temperature warm water. I wouldn't go to like super hot where it's like feels like a hot tub, because trust me, I know how good that feels on the rest of your body. But on your hair, it could be one of the main reasons why your hair on your scalp is very irritated and dry. Like I said, think about the skin on your scalp the same as the skin everywhere else. Like how you would wash your face, you wouldn't rinse it with super hot water because it can be really irritating. So think about that with your scalp as well. Step number 5. This is more of like a luxury step. Hydration. Hydration for your scalp is insanely important. One thing that you can use is by steaming your hair. See if any salons near you have a steam treatment or anything like that that you can maybe splurge on. However, if you don't have anyone near you that does that, or if you don't want to spend extra money, one thing you could do is while you're rinsing the rest of your body, put your hair up in a clip and let the natural steam in the shower hydrate your hair. Steaming your hair just adds so much goodness to not only your scalp, but like the ends of your hair. Especially if you deal with frizzy hair or curly hair, it really helps hydrate the hair back together and really plump it up, I guess is the best way to describe it. Kind of like when you get a facial and you have the steamer on you and it just like plumps your skin so beautifully. That can be with your hair as well. If I could only take away 2 tips out of this, I would take away the oils, putting oils in your hair, and the clarifying shampoo. If you want hot water or if you can't do the steam treatment, those 2 things have helped me so much in my experience with dry and oily scalp. So what I would have is like a lot of flakies, but also oily hair by the end of like day 2. So those are the 2 that I recommend. But if you want to see faster results, I recommend doing all of the steps that I mentioned, and also determining what you have would be a great way to really educate yourself and gain knowledge on how to target those specific things. So make sure you get educated before taking my advice. All right, guys, let me know down below which tips helped you or what have you tried already and have liked so far. I will make sure to link down below the products that I talked about and which ones I recommend using. And I hope this helps you. All right, guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye.